Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. And I'm going to get past my 30 seconds, but I got my thumbnail up. The big payback. I'll tell you what that's going to be because I put two and two together on these statutes they're charging Mr. T with. You know, they didn't charge him with insurrection. They charge him with something else. They charge him with a very specific and very old law, considering the fact it was right after the Civil War. But anyway, we'll get into that. But I've talked in the past about Mr. T using jujitsu. I don't know how many of you all remember when I used that term a long time ago, about over a year ago. And I used an example of political jujitsu when Trump was going to remove one. Can't do that. And he said, oh, yes, I will. I won't get into the specifics of which order it was. But they took him to court. And the Supreme Court said the previous president's executive order. And they all laughed. And Donald Trump said, okay, now watch me pass my executive orders. Now that's political jujitsu. That's going to be the same situation with what's going on here. What they're trying to do here and the precepts for what they're charging DJT. So let me see how everybody's doing tonight. Oh my gosh, I gotta move my screen over a little bit. How do you like my thumbnail? I tried to stay out of these sketch artists. I tried to be incognito, but he still got me in there. Hi, Alicia. Hi, White Lightning. Melinda. Hello, Robin. How are you? Linda. Haha. Andrew. Outlandish Patriot. Hi, Kim. Vicky. Jersey Joe. Henri. Alicia Parker. How are you doing? B-Dog. Quilt. How are you? Diane. So, I want to play a couple of videos. Now, Lone Wolf sent me a video, and I went ahead and got it on YouTube just to remind everybody about where we're at with this situation. I got something tangled up, but I'll figure it out here in a minute. But just in case anybody's wondering the status of our government, a lot of people feel this is a pretty big hint right here. Let me see, where's it at? Okay, it's got George Stephanopoulos in it. Stephanopoulos. Hopefully I've got everything set pretty well with this, but it's pretty straightforward. And you all should remember seeing this in the past. Let me cut my mic off so you can hear it good.
Walker, the commanding general of the District of Columbia National Guard. Major, thank you for joining us this morning. Can you start out by saying what the current threat level is? Do you have what you need in place to counter it?
Good morning, sir. I do believe we have everything. If I can first say happy holiday for Dr. Martin Luther King, and please allow me to say how proud I am of the almost 25,000 National Guardsmen who have come in from all 50 states and territories, and the police departments with a peaceful transition of military power, 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 with a peaceful transition of military.
Did you catch the way he got the date in there? You know, when this thing is playing, the recording doesn't have a day and time on the screen, but he noted it was Martin Luther King, celebrate Martin Luther King. So that's his way of getting a date in there. And he also said what he said. So thanks for sending that to me, Lone Wolf. And I had to crop out some of the stuff in there. That's why it was so close towards the end. Let me see who all's in here. Hi, Marla. How are you? Awaken Trillium. Be careful when you're talking about today. It was scratchy at best. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Yeah, Colonel McGregor said there wouldn't be a 2024 election. I think our military is capable, very capable. Hi, Donna, how are you? Melinda, very capable of keeping things on track, come what may. And Dave on X22 was close to what I've been hinting at for the past couple of weeks. What would you do? Hi, Outlandish Andrew, how are you doing? What would you do if you were responsible for maintaining a civil society and reducing danger, human suffering, all that stuff? Hi, Roy. So we'll see. Is it gels into people's minds? I've been noticing people putting up memes that I put up a year ago, or more than that, a year and a half ago. Here, so I'm gonna start putting them back up again. I said, well, nobody wants to see these memes. I've had them up before, but anyway. Now, since other people are posting the same ones I posted, I'm going to put them up. Ha, ha, ha. So now that we got this particular indictment out of the way, we've got to get back to making fun of Joe and Hunter. But we also know that there are more indictments imminent. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Georgia. And I might play that little telephone call with Sidney Powell later in the broadcast, see if I'm missing any hints. It sounds to me like her timing is going to be right around the time to intercept Fanny 2x4. Digital Hawk, how you doing? Oh, Biden's laser beam eyes mug. Yeah, I got a meme of him with laser beam eyes. They call that Dark Brandon, Digital. Dark Brandon. That's some kind of dopey thing. Only a mouth-breathing liberal with TDS understands. Outlander said, did I see the UK report? I've seen several reports, and I'm not sure which issue you're talking about, but I saw a UK report on let me see. What's his face? I'll pull it up in a second. Somebody we know was in trouble. Oh, I might have left that in my studio. Kevin Spacey trial. Kevin Spaced Out trial. He said he felt very fortunate. So, let me see what how you doing, Tennessee? Nice to see you. And I appreciate everybody that's come in tonight. And I appreciate everybody who listens to the broadcast afterwards. Ian, how are you doing? MS, how you doing? Trump's got him now. Mary, how you doing? Sherry. It's like that one Marine said, we got them in front of us, behind us, and right to the right of us, to the left of us. They've got us surrounded. They can't get away now. Ha ha ha. Biden is laser focused. I don't know about that. But anyway, I put this meme up yesterday, and I didn't have the other one in my studio, but I was going to put up another studio. This is Bribey, of course. And if you look real close, you know it's the real deal. It's got a Burisma tag on the top of it. And I've got another one that goes along with the Bribey. Where is it? Right here. Here we go. Because don't forget, all this stuff is going to go right back in Obama's lap. He's in it up to his knees, up to his chin. And I got a little Fox News clip where they're talking about Obama. Let me see. Where Obama, it leaked out. I got a news clipping on it. It leaked out that that Obama is voicing his concerns. Here we go. Revealed. Obama expressed worry about President Trump's political strength during private lunch with Biden. Obama has good reason to fear Trump's abilities. Yeah. Let me see if I got that thumbnail. If I still have it. I should have put that in the studio. Yeah, he's going to fear his abilities, all right. Let me see. I don't know if it's in this one or not, but anyway, it was a picture of, here you go. I got the picture you were talking about. Wow, this is a part of my studio that was a little bit hidden from me. I'm glad I found this. All right, that's one I'm going to put in there. Here we go. Is this what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about in the chats? Hi, Nikki. How you doing? Hi, Gloria. Mr. T has the power now. Diane says that's true. Pappy Two Bears. So is that the picture you were thinking about? Because that's what they call Dark Brandon. Anyway, let me get rid of that Dark Brandon and put Barbie back up. You know, I played this clip yesterday. I'm going to play a follow-up clip. I'm going to play it again. And I got that clip I wanted to play afterwards. I told you all about. Where is that jerk? Here's one clip of him I played yesterday. Just a disgrace. I don't even know how long this one is. How long is this clip? See if I get them mixed up, it's okay. I'm going to play them all. Here we go.
You know, Donald Trump should go to prison for the rest of his life. And have a stroke and live forever. That's what I would like to see.
Okay, that was one part of the interview, and then he did this part of the interview with her. I just got this clip today. Here's another part. This is a hero of the Capitol. He's a Capitol policeman that was a big hero, right?
When I first learned about the indictment, I had a long conversation with a proud I felt to be an American at the moment. Watching the work I did when I learned that Harry had killed Osama bin Laden, just felt incredibly proud.
These two seem comparable to you?
Incredibly proud to have been.
I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but why are that comparison in particular?
Comparable.
In what way?
Absolutely. Terrorist committed a horrific act. against American people and against our republic. And I believe that Donald Trump is a terrorist who committed horrific acts against the American people.
You can imagine that that is a very eyebrow-raising statement, to say the least. The notion of Osama bin Laden in comparison to Donald Trump, it likely you have been concerned and have felt about this. But are you concerned that statements like that, or the rhetoric surrounding what his role has been, is going to cloud people's view of indictment as a fair process?
I think that the only person or people whose view matters with regard to this indictment are the jurors who will eventually be sat and listen to the facts and make a judgment as to whether or not Donald Trump is guilty of the charges that Jack Smith and the Department of Justice have.
Okay, just remember all that stuff, and just from him, but all these other creeps that are causing trouble of him when he was being a hero. Let me get this in position. There he is, folks. You see him, right? Now, this I got this clip well over a year ago, so this is a 2-year-old clip, roughly, at least. Officer on testimony and all that crap. Here's a clip I was looking for the other day. I went in my own way back and got this photograph of him. Now, well, you tell me what you see. This was from my old channel that got taken down. And let me show you this clip real quick. I just wanted, I couldn't find this last night and I was running out of time. Let me find that that lost clip, because it was lost, but I have found it. Where'd you go, clip? Here we go. Here we go. I'll cut my mic off so you can hear it real good.
Once again, unraveling of the narrative.
Protecting the Capitol and the people inside it. I was grabbed, beaten, tased, all while being called a traitor to my country.
Yeah, that guy. Well, that guy was actually not in uniform, and he was not there as a Capitol Police officer. He was there as an FBI plant. The dude was there, carrying a Confederate flag. You can't make this shit up. It's him, and he thought he was going to get away with it.
Yep, they took that clip down, that girl did, but I managed to save it. And right there you go, folks. You decide. Phil R., how you doing? Camperman, how you doing? So anyway, it's right there. And hey, if I get in trouble for it, so what? But I want you all to remember the term deprivation of rights. And I want you all to remember the term under the color of law. But I'll get to, let me try to get into what I'm talking about here. I was talking about Rudy Giuliani. And I've talked about this channel called Midas Crap. And I've got some clips I'm going to play of Rudy. But here's one where they said, Rudy lied. Midas Crap. Rudy Giuliani concedes he made, quote, false statements about Georgia election. Rudy lied. Rudy Giuliani conceded in court filing this week that he made, quote, false statements about the two Georgia 2020 election workers. We know who that is. In filing relating to their lawsuit about baseless claims of fraud he made against them. Well, I had an entire article I decided not to read for word. It was from Politico, but they sprinkle the truth in like little colored sprinkles you get on your sundae over top, like 2 ounces of sprinkles on 5 pounds of crap. And I didn't want to go over it all. Basically, what Rudy Giuliani filed was something that about the claims of his statements. He said, yeah, whatever. The legal equivalent of yeah, whatever, and let them threw them that bone and wants the case to move forward to the salient points. But anyway, they put him out to be a liar. Here we go. Giuliani won't contest Georgia election workers' claims that he falsely accused them of manipulating ballots, but it didn't mean that he lied. But the news agencies were going cuckoo over it. I better get that flag down. I'll be in trouble. Where is that? There we go. Anyway, so here's another article. They picked the nicest pictures. Midas crap. Wow, it sure looks like Trump's PAC paid off Rudy Giuliani's debt related to the Georgia case. See the proof. Well, of course they paid it off. He's Trump's personal attorney, you nitwits, and he's in a campaign. Hi, Bambi, how you doing? Mary, how are you? So anyway, where is that one? Where'd it go? It basically explains that I'll just throw this one up real quick since I'm talking about Midas crap. Trump crumbles at rally under increasing pressure. Yeah, right. What rally did they see? One of his biggest rallies ever. And the one you see there on the left is one of these mouth-breathing TDS little boy Marxists. So, but anyway, that Devin Archer as a star witness, the scheme goes bust in a humiliating way. Fannie Willis says she's ready to go. President Biden's new student debt update and more. So I don't know if they actually get that many viewers, but they'll get 100,000 viewers watching this garbage. But I'm going to keep going with these kind of memes here. Here we go. Plea deal falls through after bribery check bounces. Ha 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 ha. That's a good one. Let me shrink it where you can get a screenshot. Put it up on Facebook or something. Ha ha ha. Just so we don't let everybody forget what it's really all about. Now, here's the crux of what we're talking about. This is MSNBC, which when former President Donald Trump was indicted yesterday on accusations of trying to change the results of the 2020 election, he was charged under anti-Triple K laws that has history dating back to 1870. Chris Hayes explains the significance. And there you see Trump getting off plane. But, yeah, what this law does, it prevents conspiracies against people who are trying to deprive others of their constitutional rights. And it has specific punishments. There was another article, I don't know if I got it in here or not, but it says that it includes the DEATH penalty, right? And it does. Under certain circumstances, it does. What they're charging Trump with. So let me see if I have a breakdown of everything that they're trying to charge him with. But anyway, they're claiming he tried to defraud the government and deprive people of their constitutional rights. And how did the triple K people do it? Terrorizing people, burning crosses in their yards, throwing rocks through their windows, and a lot worse. And that's what that law was for. And if somebody lost their life because of your action, or I think it even says if they're injured, that is when the most severe penalty comes into play. Now, this judicial and political jujitsu Trump is going to play. When this and other stuff goes to court, Trump is going to turn it right around on them. They're the ones who have been conspiring to deprive people of their rights, of their freedom of speech, their freedom of expression, of their ability to leave their homes through TERROR campaigns, right? Illegal psychological warfare. Putting things on your face, telling you that you better do that or you're going to get sick and die and grandma's going to die. All that stuff that they were doing is in violation of the act that they are trying to convict Trump over for simply contesting the election. And that is flaring up again, folks. Right here. Bill Gates warns Australia to prepare for the next pandemic, which could be man-made and far more worse, far more brutal than the CVID. A coordinated campaign to deprive people of their rights. And if it causes loss of life, you're eligible for the ultimate penalty. This is a picture Odesman put up today. He said, trust the science. Took these today in San Francisco. What's going on now? What does that mean? Here's the second picture he took. They're bringing it back, folks. In Chinatown. Biohazard suits, getting people scared. So he's going to do a political jujitsu on him. I didn't get a chance to crop this down, but you get the point. Mr. T is going to pull a move on him. Ha 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 ha. So that's the way I look at it. Here, let me play this. Here's a clip of, I wanted to play this the other day. And I wanted to put this in my thumbnail too. Maybe I'll put it in a future thumbnail. But here's one thing he said. Real, special.
A little more than a year from now, I will appoint a real special prosecutor to expose the monumental corruption of the Biden crime family once and for all.
You know, a rally like that's got him shaking in there, especially when he talks about stuff like that. And deprivation of rights. I was talking about how RFK had warned about censorship, right? And when I play these Rudy Giuliani clips, you'll get a wider grasp of omissions. When you omit things, the greatest lies or half-truths. I think I got that part in the clip or not, but I'm telling you now, the media omitting things is just as big a problem as telling a flat-out lie. And if they conspire to do it to deprive you of your rights, to deprive ability to make a proper decision concerning your own health, that's a deprivation of rights. And they are going to be the ones that are going to fall under the statute they're charging Donald Trump with. Not only with the CVID, but for a lot of other things. But let me play this clip for you.
For how long has the administration been looking for vaccine misinformation?
Well, that was quite a loaded and inaccurate question, which I would refute. Facebook and any private sector company makes decisions about what information should be on their platform.
So that there was 2021 and the Wayback Machine dismissing the idea that the White House had its hands in your private social media data. However, exclusive documents now reveal that may be exactly what was happening. Good morning.
Bill, Fox Business exclusively obtained these internal communications between the White House and Facebook staff during the height of the pandemic, and the communications that we have obtained are too sensitive for TV. They need to be bleeped. The takeaway here: there was an F-bomb riddled face-off with Facebook and the White House. The White House wanted them to hand over more effort to get more shots in arms. Power struggle hit its peak as President Biden's then digital director, Flaherty, and the White House's senior advisor for COVID response, Andy Slavitt, were raided by the White House for not turning over more data. Flaherty saying on the call, "I feel like we're running around in circles. Some partners give us lots of information. Some partners kind of right off. It feels like we're chasing our tails. If you don't want to give information, just say that." We reached out to the White House for comment, have not heard back. Meta declined comment. The document also showed the White House and Facebook both attempted to limit the spread of information. On a call between Facebook employees and the Surgeon General's office, Facebook employees told the Biden administration staff this: "This question for you to get a vaccine under a mandate, whether it's government overreach, we demote those. That's not false information, but it leads to a vaccine negative environment." Bill?
Okay, so in other words, they're shutting people down. Information from the White House, trying to get Facebook to give personal information. They're suppressing people's ability to communicate. And there's going to be loss of life because of that. So I see somebody was asking about what was going to be happening. So I said discovery was going to be August 28th in Georgia. Let me play this little clip here. I believe it gives you an idea of Georgia, D.C. But anyway, this is going to give you a little layout of what I think this is the right clip. Let me see. Give you a layout of what's going to be happening.
It's going to ensure my reelection. They're getting nervous. In Playbook, I think it was today, there was a private lunch with President Obama and President Biden. That was. Why was that leaked? Why was that private lunch? And who leaked that? The left is getting seriously worried about. They've created this indictments. They want them tied up in all these things.
Imagine that the leaker is so. Obama's warning.
We're taking this seriously.
Can I ask you one thing though about this question?
I agree. Trump is a more serious
Jack
candidate.
Smith, all that he had into this indictment with the court of public opinion being this president, did he actually hold back all of these other supposedly great nuggets and evidence to then present at trial? He would hold it back?
It's possible. Is in the indictment. That's clear. It could be hundreds of pages long then. But think General Barr in an interview last night said he is convinced that there is a lot more that Jack Smith has that he hasn't put out there. Remember when former Vice President Pence was forced to testify in one of these grand juries? We saw the transcript. There were 18 consecutive pages at one point blacked out. So there are a lot of questions about what else Pence have to say. What else don't we know? Held behind closed doors in the grand jury to this point. Again, with a grand jury and how you do this at trial, very different. There's no one defending the defendant at the grand jury hearing. So when he trial, we'll see a lot more.
Do you guys want to see some Democrats losing their mind?
Harold,
just walk outside.
I love America.
With Smith. Without jail time? And without jail, he says, look, I'm going. I just want him to go. Agreement without time if he would agree to never run for public office again anywhere.
Democracy itself in this trial. If Trump could get away with what he's done, charged with here, then we don't have the democracy we believe we have.
This is really going to be about whether people in this country care about the facts and the law.
It would be both the end part if Donald Trump is able to get back into office.
No, okay, that was a clip about The View and Andrew White and a bunch of other jerks. But let me go ahead and play this one. This one tells you, she describes what's going to be happening. And the Georgia situation towards the end here. But Greg Gutfeld makes a good point at the very beginning, but then it goes on to the young lady explaining what's forthcoming.
It's got to feel pretty weird right now. The first impeachment, the perfect phone call, when it turns out he was dead right. Yeah. Think about that.
Yeah. Shannon Bream, what is the next step in the legal process? Will his team make a motion to what?
Well, August, what is it, 28th is the next hearing. So this judge is not wasting time. I mean, they want to move this thing forward as far as the D.C. case is concerned, but there are going to be so many pretrial motions. I think venue's going to come up. I don't think it'll work, but they're going to try it. Kinds of other motions. The Mar-a-Lago case, because there are classified documents and so many things involved there that you got to vet before you get to a jury, there's a lot of pretrial wrangling that's going to happen in that one as well. We talked about Georgia. Georgia, we wait now because we're in this kind of 2-week window that we think if there's going to be an indictment from the special grand jury there, it'll come. That could be any time.
And that is the one that includes the mugshot.
That's if there is an indictment of President Trump, he will get a mugshot in Georgia, unlike these federal cases.
And that will be the most, probably the most profitable T-shirt ever made
of all time. We talked about mugshots last week. Dana, you weren't here. We your mugshot.
Would you?
I've thought about it. You got to be prepared. I want to be smiling, but not like a crazy person, but smiling like I'm innocent.
Oh, they're joking about it, but the sheriff down there pledges that Trump will have to have a mugshot taken. Okay, fine, whatever. But Fannie 2x4 has pledged that she will file before September. She'll file additional charges, and he'll have to come. And let me see if I got that little article. And I'm just wondering about Sidney Powell. Is she going to do something prior to Fannie 2x4? Let me see if I've got her in here. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing some of my old pictures of the crazies. Let me see. Well, anyway, I had a news article where she said she was going to definitely have charges. This might be it right here. She was going to have charges. Here we go. What is this? MSNBC. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has re-emphasized her plans to announce charging decisions by September 1st. This comes as a judge has denied for the second time a request by former President Trump's legal team to quash the special grand jury's report. So this is what you call a useful idiot. She doesn't realize she's a patsy. But we heard Sidney Powell talking about Georgia. Let me play that again. Because she keeps her cards close to her chest. Let me see if I can find that. She keeps her cards close to her chest in saying, you know, that she's getting something ready, but she doesn't really commit to when she's going to do it. If you see what all get out of this, I'll play it again. She's talking, I believe, about doing something in Georgia that's going to be biblical.
Governor Kemp, who's been a longtime ally of the president, is directly involved because of financial benefit in the conspiracy to defeat the president in Georgia?
We have certainly been told that there is evidence of that in investigation, if anybody were actually going to do an investigation.
What more could you tell us about that alleged conspiracy? Is the governor's involved?
I can't give you any more details than that now, but it would certainly warrant investigation. If it had been reported to me as a law enforcement officer, I would be investigating it steadfast.
Aha. You know, I know you say you in court, you are an attorney, you're not a press secretary, but you all did have a press conference last week that there's going to be a filing soon in Georgia that would be some news with us here tonight. Tell us anything new that you're going to present in Georgia.
Well, I can't say that yet, but hopefully this week we get ready to file. And it will be biblical.
Boom.
What is the state where was it the worst? In what you're alleging, what state was switched the most?
That's really hard to say. Georgia is extremely bad. Ballots being shredded, ballots being thrown out in trash bags, by people working in the Senate, the votes being switched, the algorithms being run. You name the manner of fraud, and it occurred in Georgia.
The Atlanta area counties, those counties, Fulton, DeKalb.
Yeah, I think the algorithm ran most probably across the country.
She's committing that she's going to file something in Georgia. Georgia was the worst thing. The rhythm ran across the country. So we're going to have to wait to see what she files. So we've got the rest of August to be some booms. Booms incoming. And let me play what Rudy Giuliani had to say about some of this stuff. Since he was the focus of everybody making fun of him and those crumb bum videos. Let's see here, Rudy, where are you? I'm out of that. Oh, here we got one from Hillary. While I'm looking for the Rudy clips. Ha ha ha. Let me cut my mic off.
And it's going to be fascinating, I guess, in a bizarre and sad way, to watch them spin themselves up. If you watched any of the news programs this weekend, I mean, their efforts to defend this man are truly beyond anything that I ever thought possible in our country. I mean, it is so profoundly disturbing how this could have been the break. This could have been the opportunity to say, thank you so much for everything you've done for us. We really appreciate it, But this is kind of serious. So we're not going to, continue to defend you. But no, that's what the psychology of this is so hard for me to grasp.
I stopped caring about what Hillary Clinton had to say long ago. Long time. Irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. But to a broader level, since Hillary wants to engage, allow me to engage. You lied multiple times. You destroyed emails. You destroyed evidence. And then you laundered phony information that you knew was phony because you were scared you were going to lose. You did all this, and you still lost. So I'm not going to listen to Hillary Clinton about who I should and should not support because she has lied to the American people repeatedly. She used institutions to spy on her people's campaign. Yes, America. People like talking about look no further than Hillary Clinton and Crossfire Hurricane.
Don't get that Crossfire Hurricane. You talk about conspiring to people of their rights. Anyway, this is a clip I got volume on it, and I'm gonna play it real quick. You see, I'll stop it where you'll see the mother realizes he's in big trouble. Remember, I couldn't get good volume on the night. Well, it hits you like a ton of bricks when you see when he was in big trouble.
The attack on our nation's capital on January 6th, 2021 was as described in the indictment, was fueled
Haha, Nikki sent that to me the other night. Here's Mr. T when he showed up at Reagan National to head back to Bedminster.
No one liked that. And then the Republicans win the House, and then they get and then the indictment comes down. Everyone can't wait to see it. You look at the indictment, and it's a pile of garbage.
Jesse, I think the president is
okay, let's listen.
Listen in.
Thank you very much. This is a very sad day for America, and it was also sad driving through Washington, D.C., the decay and all of the things and walls. This is not left. It's a very sad thing to see it. Of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America. This is the persecution of the person that's leading very, very substantial numbers in the Republican primary. And so if you can't beat him, you persecute him or you prosecute him. You can't let this happen in America. Thank you very much.
Do you want these trials to happen?
He pointed out that the place was that's right, B-Dog, a hole-in-one, but he pointed he was a you-know-what hole in one. Here I got these clips of Rudy. And remember Sidney Powell and remember Rudy Giuliani. This is when he was giving presentations with Sidney Powell, and he gave an interview. Let me get that clip. Here we go. Let me see if this is the right one. Here we go. Let me try, and then we'll talk about the points he's making.
because it's also poorly written and has a lot of mistakes in it. This was rushed for two reasons. One, yesterday, Biden got his head kicked in completely. The false exculpatory statements that were revealed yesterday, 24 of which most lawyers wouldn't understand this, completely convicted. One false exculpatory statement is as powerful as confession. It comes right out of evidence textbooks. What Archer did is prove that for 10 years Biden has been lying completely. All of that can be used against him as evidence of guilt. It's very, very powerful. Congressman realized, and it, like, probably not only the biggest crook in American history, the biggest liar.
Not only the biggest crook, but the biggest liar. False exculpatory statements. Those clips that show him over and over and over, knew nothing about my son's business dealings, or it's all a lie about what they're saying, and on and on and on. Those are called false exculpatory. Let me see if I got the right part of it. Where he pretty much lays it down to Jack about what he thinks of the whole situation.
His future. God, long ago, stopped being careful, and I don't worry about the Jack Smiths of this world. I have a chapter in my book called "Stand Up to Bullies." So here's what I say to Jack Smith: after the Supreme Court threw out your case, which should have been a disgrace, and you should have gone and found another profession. This one will be violating the right of free speech of an American citizen. Never mind whether he was president or not. It could be anybody. It could be a homeless person. You don't violate people's First Amendment, no matter who the hell you are, or no matter how sick you are with syndrome. And this isn't the first time you've acted like an unethical lawyer. It should be the last.
What about his, I guess you call him his boss, maybe boss, but with the guy who appointed him? What about Merrick Garland?
I say I want a son-in-law who's making millions teaching kids how to change their gender. I mean, it's all about money. Is condemning parents as terrorists. The son is making millions going around to public schools and teaching kids they should question. They don't cover it. Our crooked voice doesn't cover it.
I think I've covered that with on the balance quite a few times.
I know we have.
It's amazing.
Everybody covers it up.
And the thing, Mr. Mayor, my mayor, we were this close from having Merrick Garland a Supreme Court judge for the rest of his natural life.
So he was talking about Merrick Garland's son-in-law. On top of everything else, Jack. But Merrick Garland's son-in-law running around trying to get the kids to change their gender and systems, millions of dollars, just like Al Gore did with climate hoax. Okay? That is coordinated, illegal, psycho warfare campaign that is causing Americans to lose their rights. Remember that deprivation of rights, and they're conspiring to deprive people of their rights. Trump is going to turn it right back around on them. Holy cow, what did I do? Oh, all right, I see what I did. So anyway, let me see what's going on in the chats. Oh, the sound's not good, Nikki. Oh, it's choppy. Hi, Roy. Let's see, at some point, Supreme Court has to step in and call this injustice out. This whole thing is going to be, is my voice choppy or was it just the videos? What this has to be, this whole thing has to be put out in the public eye. And that's what this trial is going to be. This trial is going to be a play. And this business of Bill Barr acting like he thinks Jack Smith's got more tricks up his sleeve, and you have everybody celebrating and wondering if Trump's going to jail and what Sidney Powell's going to do. It's to get as many people paying attention as possible. Okay, I'm breaking up also, says Crazy Cajun Lady. Well, it must be one of those nights. So, anyway, very frustrating because I wanted you all to hear those videos, but Rudy Giuliani's pretty much just laid it out. That's right, Tennessee. It had to be this way. It's all coordinated to get as much attention, as many people from across the political spectrum to pay attention to what's going to be laid out in these court hearings. That's something we did not get to do after the election. There was no evidence permitted. There was no court proceedings to determine the validity of the complaints. Now the door's wide open. That's why I said that I thought Jack Smith looks like he's been made to do what he's doing. Okay, folks, we're almost an hour into it, and I've seen the messages chopping up. So anyway, I guess I won't play a video to go out, but just this thought in mind here. If anybody's wondering about Mr. Trump's record in the eyes of history, well, I appreciate you all spending your precious time with me, and hopefully we'll have a better satellite signal the next time I go live. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. And yeah, Nikki put a link. I have a buy me a coffee. Anybody wants to help support the channel, help the channel out, I got a link to buy me a coffee. And I want to thank Lone Wolf, and I want to thank Aaron. Heard from him. I appreciate it. And also Gary and everybody that's been helping me in the Buy Me a Coffee. So anyway, you all have a great night, and I'll be talking to you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.